All right, folks. So President Biden today announcing 100% tariffs on imported electric vehicles from China. Now, the thing is, we hardly import any electric vehicles from China right now. And so with that in mind, many people are sort of writing off today's Rose Garden event as a nothing burger. But I got to tell you something. It is a huge de facto admission that the zest to force feed a so-called climate agenda was not only misguided, but miscalculated as well. Remember, China dominates the EV battery supply chain. Look at that. All the red you see behind me is all China, and that does not go away anytime soon, maybe never. And so, every time there's news, I always look at the stock market to see really what's going on. To me, it's the best barometer. So when President Biden, talked about how things are going to work with charging stations, I said, well, let me look at ChargePoint. It's up a little bit today, but the stock is down more than 80% in the past 5 years. Talked about rare earth materials. All right, MP materials, that's a good proxy. Maybe they get a push. Listen, they will never get the billions needed to really, truly dig for rare earths in this country, particularly with the regulations and environmental restraints. So maybe that explains why the stock just only got a nudge today, still down more than 17% this year. Here's the bottom line, folks. China has played President Biden like a fiddle and will find ways around this EV tariff, just as they have with solar. In fact, according to a report from SP Global Market Intelligence, in 2022, the administration, if you remember, they announced that they wanted a 2-year delay in solar tariffs, and they were poised to take effect to allow for greater adoption of the technology in the United States. Well, it's a moot point now. S&P notes that solar panel imports have absolutely surged. Look behind me. That line, that's 82% in the last 2 years. And these shipments ostensibly are from Asia, but all of them really from Chinese manufacturers who are operating in Southeast Asia. Also, during that time, prices for solar panels declined by 50%. So again, American companies are going to have a hard time getting in there and competing. In the meantime, the administration has made sure that automakers will stop making internal combustion engines soon. CAFE standards are now calling for passenger cars that average 55 miles a gallon. So how do you do it? You make a bunch of cars and add some EVs in their trucks, 39 miles a gallon. Just only in 2010, those numbers were 27 and 24% respectively. The American public is going to pay a huge price for all of this one day, and one day realize what I think the White House already knows. In the immortal words of DJ Khaled, the President Biden has played himself, folks. Unfortunately, in the process, he's played all of us, because we are going to be forced to buy these EVs directly or indirectly from China. We're going to be forced to buy the materials like graphite. They've got 95% of the graphite. We can't have an EV without that. We've boxed ourselves in an unnecessary corner just to appease the climate, folks. And then those millions of people in the fossil fuel industry without a job, who knows?